I'm gonna give you an example of why people who don't know anything about bikes shouldn't assemble bikes. Now everybody knows when it comes to bicycles, the right pedal tightens the right way, righty-tighty. And the left pedal tightens the other way, lefty-tighty, it's reverse threaded. Well, whoever the dildo was that assembled this bike put the right pedal on the left and the left pedal on the right. So to get the right pedal out, I've got to tighten it. I've got to go clockwise. And it was only halfway in because they couldn't get it the rest of the way in. And look at these pedal threads. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. I don't know if the camera can focus on it, but these pedal threads are like halfway shredded. Now luckily there's a lot of thread left, so hopefully I can make the pedal stay in. Well, let's look on the other side. This is the left side, the left-hand side. And they really passed the Dutchie on this thing. You know, you're supposed to be righty-loosey. No, it's just tightening it. So, whoever assembled this bike didn't know how to read R. See? R stands for right. This is left. So let me see if I can get these pedals to go in and stay in. This is the right side pedal, putting it into the right side crank arm. Look at this action. I'll zoom out. So it's threading in, but the question is, does it have enough thread to stay in? What I'm going to do is just really try to torque the hell out of it. Alright, so that looks like it's staying in place. Let's see what we can do on the left side. This might be a little bit more challenging. Because these threads are kind of screwed up. Ugh. I suppose I should use a work stand for this stuff, and a tripod, and video editing software, but I'm not gonna. Handheld, in camera, baby. See, that's not good. The whole bike's wobbling. We have detected shaking in your video. Do you want us to correct it? No, I don't. So now this pedal looks like it's going in. Can't really see it, all you can see is my big meaty hand. It's going in, but it's still like a little bit crooked. So I've torqued it, it seems to be staying. Luckily this is a cheap crappy bike, so I'm not too worried about the pedals. But come on. Oh, and then look at this. Look at this right here. Look at this headset. Is that, and it's not even loose. The bearing cage is hanging out of the headset and it's not, all right. I don't have the patience to do this right now. I don't have the tools to do this right now. This is ridiculous. This requires Allen wrenches and stuff. And then the bottom bracket's loose. Alright, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put this camera on the tripod right here, and I'm just gonna aim it at the bike. Then I'm gonna go get an Allen wrench, because I don't have an Allen wrench in my hand. Let's just do this all in one fell swoop. See if I can resurrect this horrible bike. Alright, I'll be right back with Allen wrenches. That's my friend, Allen Wrench. Okay, I got the Allen wrench. So what I'm gonna do is zoom in a little bit more. Then I'm gonna loosen this thing and loosen this thing. I don't want this thing to come completely apart. I just want to loosen it enough. Alright, so that's loose. Now this bearing cage, let's get a little better shot of that. This bearing cage is just hanging. Look at the little cap in my mouth. The bearing cage is just hanging out. And the fork is not, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What a travesty. Uh-oh. Just bash the camera. Now it's not gonna focus. There, now it'll focus. So all I'm gonna do is kind of push the fork out a little bit. Ah, there. Now I have enough room to play with it. Just tuck the bearing in, put the fork back down on the bearing. Now the bearing's just tweaked. This is ridiculous. At least they were kind enough to have a dust cap on there. See, I really don't want to get into taking this whole crappy bike apart to get at this bearing. I know I have other bearings inside the house that I could put in there, but it's just not worth it. But I might have to do it. I might not have a choice. As you can see, the bearing is still hanging out the bottom like that. It's pretty pathetic. You know what? Look at this Michelob Ultra thing for another few minutes. I'll go get a bearing. Okay, I'm back. I found a bearing. I don't know if it's gonna work or not. See? Might be too small. Is this 1 inch or 1 1/8? So I'm gonna do this with the bike standing up. Take the top cap off, take the handlebars off, and take the spacer off. Keep track of all this stuff. And let's see what we got. We got like a big ass, I don't have that size bearing. It's like a 1 1/8 threadless, shitty cup style ball bearing. So plan B, and you know what, to add insult to injury right now, there's an ant climbing on me. Alright, so there's the bike. Can you still see the bike? This is gonzo filmmaking. What I mean by that is one of the bearings fell out of the cage and it is now gonzo. So here's what we have to work with. Where is this? This is the bearing that's in there, that was in there, because it was not properly installed and it's all shredded. And I don't have another bearing of this size, of this caliber. So fuck it, I'm just gonna push this thing back in. It's got like half as many balls as it needs, right? So I'm gonna fold this up, and I'm just gonna kind of like put this in here and make sure it really is seated in there, right? And then I'm just gonna put this back in here. And then why am I doing this half-assed job this way? Why am I not doing it right? Because this is a horrible bike that I'm gonna sell for like 20 bucks, if that. So why am I gonna go invest time and effort into trying to do a good job when I just don't care? Now, how do I get these handlebars back on? I'm gonna zoom out a little bit so you can watch me struggle with the handlebars. Uh-oh.